Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're taking a closer look at Anna Santarelli. You've sent in her CVs, her website called Anna Shiatsu, even a flyer for a special event. So it looks like you want to know what makes her tick. And you know what really stood out to me? She's not just trained in Shiatsu, she also has a background in psychology.
Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah. A degree in psychology from a prestigious university like La Sapienza in Rome.
Right, exactly.
That suggests she really understands how people think and behave and all the inner workings of the mind.
It's not just about the techniques, you know what I mean? Her CV mentions she graduated in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
That's a strong foundation even before the Shiatsu training.
Absolutely. Think about it. She's working with people's energy and physical well-being.
Right.
So having that psychological insight could let her connect with clients on a much deeper level, understanding their needs in a way that maybe someone without that background might miss.
It makes you wonder, does she tailor her approach based on that? Like, does she go beyond just a standard shiatsu session?
It's very possible. Let's look at her shiatsu journey, though.
Okay.
She trained at Igea Arti per la Salute in Rome for 3 years.
Wow.
That's a pretty intensive program.
Yeah.
And not just some quick course. This school is known for being very rigorous. They have exams in Chinese medical culture, anatomy, physiology. It's the real deal.
Wow. So she didn't just dip her toes in the water.
No,
She went all in.
full on.
Yeah. Her CV also mentions a 90-hour certified internship.
Oh, wow.
So it sounds like she's got plenty of hands-on experience too.
90 hours is significant. It shows that she is committed to not just the theoretical, but also the practical.
Right.
It's one thing to understand the concepts, but another thing entirely to actually apply them on people.
Yeah. And this is where I think that psychology background could come into play again.
Absolutely.
Informing how she interacts with clients and maybe even tailors those treatments.
Precisely. It suggests that she might approach each session with a deeper level of empathy. Understanding, she's not just working on muscles and pressure points.
Right.
She's addressing the whole person.
I like that. Now let's switch gears a little bit and look at her website.
Okay.
There's this quote in her bio that caught my attention. She talks about shiatsu as a way to enter in contact with others, combining the interest for the well-being of others and her predisposition to listening.
Hmm.
It seems like she sees shiatsu as more than just physical.
Yeah, that wording definitely suggests a more holistic approach.
Yeah.
It's about connecting, listening, understanding the individual's needs on multiple levels.
It sounds like she's building a partnership with her clients
Yeah.
rather than, just giving a treatment.
Yeah, I think you're right. It hints at a collaborative approach where both the practitioner and the client are working together towards a shared goal of well-being.
Hmm.
And her psychology background might actually give her the tools to facilitate that collaboration even more effectively.
That's really interesting. It seems like she's weaving together all these different areas of expertise to create something unique. And it's not just shiatsu and psychology either.
Right.
Her website mentions that she's also trained in craniosacral therapy.
Yes.
What is that
So
exactly?
craniosacral therapy is a very gentle, hands-on approach
Okay.
that focuses on the craniosacral system. Basically, the membranes and fluids that surround and protect the brain and spinal cord.
So more than a massage.
It is. It is. The idea is that by releasing any restrictions in the system, you can have a positive impact on the central nervous system
Okay.
and address a variety of issues from headaches and migraines to stress and anxiety.
Interesting. And it seems like Anna isn't stopping there. She also practices Cure and Kobido facial massage. It even
Ah,
looks like there's an event at Iloto promoting these techniques.
Kiri and Kobido, these are traditional Japanese techniques,
Mm.
sometimes called the natural facelift.
Oh, that sounds intriguing. Tell me more.
They involve a combination of gentle massage, acupressure, and lymphatic drainage techniques applied to the face, neck, and shoulders.
So more than just aesthetics.
Exactly. While they can improve skin tone and reduce wrinkles, the benefits go much deeper than that.
Okay.
Cure and Kobido are rooted in the idea of promoting overall well-being, so by stimulating energy flow and releasing tension.
Got it.
Yeah, the flyer mentions improved microcirculation and skin elasticity.
It sounds like these techniques align perfectly with her overall approach, combining physical touch with a deeper understanding of the person.
Absolutely. They all emphasize a holistic approach, addressing not just the symptoms, but the underlying causes of any imbalances.
Right.
And I imagine her psychology background really helps her connect the dots between the physical and the emotional.
Yeah. And speaking of connecting the dots, this is other quote from her website that I found really thought-provoking. She talks about treating a person as an opportunity to support them in rediscovering their essence through their vital energy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a powerful statement. It suggests that for her, Shiatsu is about much more than just physical relief. It's a tool for self-discovery and personal growth.
It really does add another dimension to her practice.
It does.
It's not about just fixing a problem. It's about helping people connect with something deeper.
Yeah, and this is where her unique blend of skills becomes really fascinating. How does she actually translate this into practice? How does she actually help people rediscover their essence through Shiatsu?
That's a great question. It makes me want to know more about what happens in a session with her. Does she incorporate all these different techniques? How does she assess her clients' needs? And most importantly, what kind of impact does this approach have on people's lives?
These are all excellent questions, and I'm really eager to explore them further. Let's delve into the potential benefits of her unique approach and what someone might expect from a session with Anna Santarelli. So we've seen that Anna has this really intriguing mix of expertise.
Yeah.
But let's dive a little deeper into her Shiatsu training. Her CV mentions she specifically follows the Zen Shiatsu method of Master Shizuto Masunaga.
Oh, I was just going to ask about that. It sounds pretty specialized. What's unique about Master Masunaga's method?
Well, Masunaga was really a pioneer in the field.
Mm-hmm.
He expanded those traditional Shiatsu techniques,
Okay.
incorporating meridian therapy and placing more emphasis on the psychological aspects of how energy flows.
So it's not just about applying pressure to certain points.
Right. He believed that our emotional and psychological states are actually reflected in our energy field. So a skilled Zen Shiatsu practitioner can use touch to not only release physical tension,
Right.
but also address those deeper emotional imbalances.
It's all connecting now. This seems perfectly aligned with Anna's psychology background.
Exactly.
She's not just looking at the body.
No.
She's considering the whole person.
And remember all those extra workshops and seminars she attended?
Yeah.
They cover things like Shiatsu for pregnancy, palliative care, even the fascia, that connective tissue that runs throughout the body.
Wow. So she's really gone above and beyond just the basic training.
It really shows a dedication to lifelong learning.
Yeah.
And by incorporating these specialized techniques, she's able to offer a much more nuanced and personalized approach to her clients.
Okay. So we've got the strong foundation in Zen Shiatsu, but then she also brings in craniosacral therapy, Kirei and Kobido facial massage. It's like she's created her own unique style.
It's a fascinating blend, but I think there is a common thread running through all these different modalities. They all emphasize a very gentle, holistic approach to healing and well-being.
That makes sense. And speaking of Kirei and Kobido, let's go back to that event at Iloto for a second.
Okay.
They're promoting it as a massage of eternal youth. It sounds a bit gimmicky.
It does have a marketing spin to it for sure.
Yeah.
But if we look a little deeper, the event description also emphasizes this Japanese philosophy that links beauty with inner well-being.
So it's not just about looking younger. It's about feeling good.
Right. Exactly. They talk about benefits like improved microcirculation, skin elasticity, stress reduction. All of those things contribute to that sense of vitality. And remember, Kirei and Kobido incorporate Shiatsu techniques.
Right.
So there's a synergy with her main practice.
It all ties back to this idea of treating the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. And that seems to be at the heart of what Anna does.
Absolutely. She's not just addressing symptoms in isolation. It's about restoring balance and harmony on all levels.
There's still one quote that sticks in my mind, though. The one about helping people rediscover their essence through their vital energy.
Right.
It sounds profound, but I'm still trying to grasp what that actually means, like, practically speaking, during a Shiatsu session.
I understand. It's one of those concepts that can be hard to really define.
Yeah.
But I think it speaks to the transformative potential of her work.
Okay.
Perhaps it's about helping people connect with a deeper sense of self, a feeling of vitality and purpose, maybe something they've lost touch with.
Okay. That makes sense. So if someone were to actually book a session with Anna, what would they expect? Would she just give them a standard Shiatsu massage, or would she incorporate all these other techniques?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And this is where I think her psychology background likely plays a crucial role. Instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, I imagine she takes the time to understand what her clients need and their goals.
She does mention on her website that she was drawn to Shiatsu as a way to connect with people, to listen to them.
Exactly.
It suggests a very personalized approach.
It's not just about treating the physical body. It's about understanding the individual as a whole.
Right.
And with all her skills, she can really create a session that is tailored for each person.
So maybe a session could involve Zen Shiatsu, some craniosacral therapy, maybe even Keri and Kobudo.
That's very possible. She's
Ah.
like an artist, blending colors and techniques to create something unique for each person.
Yeah.
That's what makes her approach so fascinating. It's not formulaic. It's intuitive and responsive.
It's really making me rethink what a healing experience can be. It's not about fixing something that's broken.
Right.
It's about empowering people to really tap into their own inner resources,
Yeah.
connect with their full potential.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And that brings us back to the idea of rediscovering their essence. Maybe it's not something she can directly do through Shiatsu, but rather something she helps facilitate by creating that space for self-discovery and transformation.
It's like she's providing the tools and the guidance, but the real work happens within the individual.
Exactly. It's a collaboration.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me so curious to explore the benefits and impact of her approach. How do people actually experience these shifts? What changes do they notice after working with Anna?
Those are the key questions, aren't they? We've talked a lot about her background and her techniques,
We have.
but ultimately what matters is the impact on her clients' well-being.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears and see what we can uncover.
Okay, so we've really dug into Anna Santarelli's background.
All her different techniques. But what does it all mean for someone who actually wants to book a session with her? Let's talk about the benefits.
Okay.
We know that Shiatsu is traditionally used for things like relieving pain, reducing stress, boosting energy.
Right. But it's important to remember, Anna's approach isn't just standard Shiatsu. She integrates craniosacral therapy, the Kiri and Kobudo facial massage, and of course her background in psychology is going to influence how she uses all these techniques.
Yeah, that's what makes it so interesting. She's really addressing well-being on all these different levels.
Exactly.
So beyond just those traditional benefits, what else might someone experience after a session with Anna? What makes her different?
It's always hard to say without actually experiencing it ourselves, right?
Right.
But we can try to imagine, based on what we've learned, picture this. Someone leaves her practice feeling deeply relaxed, but also energized, with a heightened sense of awareness of their body.
It's like that quote about rediscovering their essence.
Exactly.
She's helping people reconnect with themselves.
Yeah. Maybe her sessions create a space for people to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Tune into those little signals their body sends that they normally ignore in everyday life.
She's giving them the tools to be more in tune with themselves, which could be really valuable these days.
Yeah.
It's so easy to feel disconnected.
Absolutely. Think about the impact it could have over time. If you're more in tune with your body, your emotions, you're better equipped to handle stress, make healthy choices, and deal with challenges.
So she's not just treating the symptoms, she's empowering people to take control of their own well-being.
Right. And that feeling of empowerment can ripple outwards. Imagine someone who's been dealing with chronic pain finally finds relief, or someone feeling lost rediscovers their purpose. These changes can impact everything, their relationships, their work, their whole outlook.
It's really exciting to think about. I'm kind of curious to experience it myself now.
Me too.
It reminds us that well-being is complex, and sometimes we need a unique approach like Anna's to really unlock our potential.
Well said.
So we started with just a basic understanding of Anna Santarelli, and now we've uncovered this whole tapestry of skills, philosophies, potential benefits. We've seen that she's not just a Shiatsu practitioner, but a skilled therapist, using touch, listening, a deep understanding of the human psyche to help her clients.
And while we can only speculate about the details of her sessions and how they impact people, it makes you wonder, what would it actually be like to experience a session with Anna Santarelli?
Yeah.
To feel that blend of ancient wisdom and modern psychology, to go on that journey of self-discovery through the power of touch.
That's something to think about for sure, maybe even explore. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep seeking out those paths to a more vibrant life.